أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Dear audience, Assalamu alaikum. Today's talk is a very important third talk on the topic of the riba, usury or interest, exploitation or stealing the wealth of the other people. Today's talk is aimed to cover the misinformation which is quite common in the Muslim community, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has prohibited or condemned the taking of interest but hasn't told much about someone who gives out in usury or who gives in the interest. I'm going to seek references from the Kitabullah, verse number 39 of Surah Ar-Rum, and I'm aiming to conclude today's talk with the recitation of the verse number 276 and 277 of Surah Al-Baqarah. Let us concentrate and see what does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is addressing to the mankind in the verse number 39 of the Surah Ar-Rum. وَمَا آتَيْتُم مِّن رِّبًا لِيَرْبُوَ فِي أَمْوَالِ النَّاسِ فَلَا يَرْبُو عِندَ اللَّهِ وَمَا آتَيْتُم مِّن زَكَاةٍ تُرِيدُونَ وَجْهَ اللَّهِ فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُضْعِفُونَ. And remember, whatever you may give out in usury, so that it might increase through other people's possession, will bring you no increase in the sight of God. And whereas all that you give out in charity, seeking God's countenance, will be blessed by Him, for it is they who thus seek His countenance that shall have their recompense multiplied. Let us seek and pay heed to the messages of the Kitab-e-Aziz. The messages of the Kitabullah and the commandments and the instructions given in the Kitabullah are complete in every respect, because it is coming from the ultimate source, that is the creator of the heavens and the universe. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is addressing here, وَمَا آتَيْتُم مِّن رِّبًا. So whatsoever you are giving out in interest or usury, لِيَرْبُوَ فِي أَمْوَالِ النَّاسِ, which is going to increase the people's possessions, people's wealth. Here again, the word used is amwal or mal. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking of the possessions of the other people. So whatever you are giving out in usury or interest, which is going to increase the wealth or the possessions of other people, and the possessions include anything starting from gold, silver, money, any currency, house, property, land. So the term mal or amwal is inclusive of anything which a person can possess. So whatsoever you are giving in riba, in interest, which is going to increase the other people's possession, فَلَا يَرْبُو عِندَ اللَّهِ. So this is not going to increase your ranks in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in the sight of your God. وَمَا آتَيْتُم مِّن زَكَاةٍ. And whatsoever you give out in zakat, in sadaqat, in charity, تُرِيدُونَ وَجْهَ اللَّهِ, seeking God's countenance, فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُضْعِفُونَ. So that shall have their recompense multiplied. So in this verse of the Kitabullah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has addressed and conveyed through the message of the Kitab-e-Aziz. So whatsoever you are giving out in interest or usury, it is not going to increase your ranks in the sight of your God, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has condemned giving out your wealth in interest or usury, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has asked the mankind to give out in charity and zakat, and giving your substance in charity, in zakat, in sadaqat, is going to increase your ranks in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give it back, and their reward shall, and their recompense will be multiplied by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now I'm moving to Surah Al-Baqarah, and I'm going to seek references from the verse number 276 and 277 of the Surah Al-Baqarah. 276 of the Surah Al-Baqarah. Yamhaqullahu riba wa yurbis sadaqat. Wallahu la yuhibbu kulla kaffarin asim. God deprives usurious gains of all blessing, whereas he blesses charitable deeds with manifold increase, and God does not love anyone who is stubbornly ingrate and persists in sinful ways. Let us concentrate. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying here, Yamhaqullahu riba, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala annihilates the riba, the usury, interest, destroys, completely deprives riba. Here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking of the whole system of interest and usury. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at its place is proposing and nourishes the system of yurbis sadaqat, the system of sadaqat, zakat, charity, karze hasana. Wallahu la yuhibbu kulla kaffarin asim, and God does not love anyone who is stubbornly ingrate and persists in sinful ways. Verse number 277 of Surah Al-Baqarah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is addressing, Innal lazina amanu wa amilus salihati wa aqamus salata wa atavuz zakata lahum ajruhum inda rabbihim wala khawfun alayhim wala hum yahzanun. Verily, those who have attained to faith and do good works and are constant in prayer and dispense charity, they shall have their reward with their sustainer, and no fear need they have, neither shall they grieve. Let us concentrate and pay heed to this verse of the Kitab-e-Aziz. This verse is coming right in the middle of the caution for riba, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is addressing, Innal lazina amanu, indeed those people who have attained to faith, wa amilus salihat, and they do the righteous deeds according to the commandments and instructions given by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this Kitab-e-Aziz, wa aqamus salat, and they establish the salah. So one of the meanings, common meaning, which is commonly derived, is the establishment or the of the obligatory prayer, but a more reasonable meaning here is the avoid the system of riba, or avoid and adopt the system of zakat, wa'atavuz zakat. Here actually salat is to be conscious of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and avoid to get yourself indulged in usurious gains or interest or any practices related to usury. Wa'atavuz zakat, and in its place spend in charity, dispense in charity. Lahum ajruhum inda rabbihim. So for those individuals, for those people, there's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has kept their reward. Wala khawfun alayhim wala hum yahzanun, and they will have no fear and neither they will have any grief. So in today's talk, it is quite evident that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala annihilates, destroys, deprives the system, the whole system of usury and interest. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala nourishes the system of zakat, sadaqat, in the place of the system of the usury, riba, interest. So, and in the verse number 39 of the Surah Ar-Rum, we have learned that Allah subhanahu, any money, anything which people give in the usury, in the interest, which might increase the other people's wealth visibly, but it does not increase the ranks of the people. in the sight of the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but rather giving out in charity increases the ranks of the people in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will recompense those individuals in a and in a multiplied manner. And I seek Allah's forgiveness if there's any shortcoming in the delivery of the message. ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا وأخطأنا ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إسرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. جزاكم الله خير.